Morning Show, heard live on the Big 870 across central Illinois and streamed online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Your guest this morning is Kelsey Bentledge. She's a registered dietitian with the St. Louis Dairy Council. Welcome to the program, Kelsey.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so it is the holiday season officially. I had way too much turkey and mashed potatoes, and now it's time to look forward to all the holiday parties ahead of us. You know, you at home, you might be looking for the perfect food to entertain friends or family. Well, Cheese offers cooks and hosts lots of fun, flavor, and flexibility. And, Kelsey, you're here to talk about how cheese is made. Let's start with that.
Yeah, so cheese was created over 8,000 years ago. So it's been around for quite some time. In America, it's been around since the 17th century. Cheese is made from milk. Different places do make cheese differently. There's so many different varieties out there. But the main ingredients include milk, salt, and a coagulant, so something like rennet to coagulate that protein. There are It takes about 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. And a fun fact, especially coming up on the holidays where we're all going to be making our fun charcuterie boards, the average American consumes about 39 pounds of cheese each year. And I think that I probably consume a little bit more than that. I'm a big cheese lover.
I think me too.
It just goes well with everything.
Well, and it's so, such small portion sizes usually cut up in cubes. It's easy to, kind of get carried away.
Exactly. But hey, it's still good for you.
Right. Yeah. It's still good for you. What are some of the benefits of eating cheese?
So cheese it has so many health benefits. So first of all, it's a great source of protein. So especially during the holiday season when you are trying to not completely overeat and behave yourself a little bit, it's a great source of protein, and that helps with your satiety and holds you over. It also has all of the nutrients that dairy provides. Those 13 essential nutrients, including calcium, phosphorus, zinc. B12, and the list goes on and on. And it's a great filler. If you're adding it to your vegetables at the holiday meal, or like I said, on your charcuterie board, it's just a great addition to any of your holiday meals. It's also, this is an interesting fact that I didn't know before I worked at the Dairy Council. It's also really good for your teeth. The phosphate and calcium in it are naturally strengthening for your teeth. It helps to strengthen that enamel, and the pH balance is perfect for your teeth as well. So it's a good snack to have in between your meals to keep your mouth healthy as well.
Now, that still means brush your teeth after you eat cheese, but it's still good to, help provide some nutrients for your teeth.
Yes, this isn't an excuse to quit brushing your teeth.
Okay. All right. Just making sure we got that right. Now, there's something that I have trouble with. There's just so many different types of cheese, right? And sometimes I have a hard time choosing which one is the right one for me. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the varieties?
Yeah, so the good thing is if you haven't found a cheese that you like yet, keep looking because there's about 300 varieties in the United States. We have our blue veined cheeses, which these are the ones that you either go one way or the other. These are your gorgonzolas, your blue cheeses. You either really love them or you really hate them. You also have your hard cheeses, so your aged cheeses like Parmesan and Asiago, the gradable types of cheeses that add a lot of flavor to meals. You have your semi-hard cheeses like Gouda and cheddar. Those are some really popular favorites. You also have your pasta filata, which is your mozzarella, string cheese, provolone, all your pizza cheeses. You also have your semi-soft cheeses, also your Havartis, Munster cheeses, and Monterey Jacks. Those are pretty popular as well. Um, you also have your fresh cheeses, cottage cheese, cream cheese, your soft ripens like brie. A baked brie is a really good appetizer for a holiday meal. And then you also have your processed cheeses too. So your Processed cheeses, I'm trying to think of the popular one, the Velveeta, that's your processed cheese. So a lot of people think that that's not even cheese. About 50% is cheese, and then it also has emulsifiers and other things added to it to make it melt perfectly. So there are endless amounts of cheeses out there for people to try.
I think too American cheese is on that list of quote unquote fake cheeses that have real cheese in them. They're just not fully
Yes,
cheese.
exactly. American cheese is super popular, and like I said, they're a processed cheese, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have cheese in it. It's about 50% cheese still.
Right. And then there you have some that are a little bit more high in moisture and also some, things that are a little bit easier on the palate.
Absolutely. And those like fresh cheeses and the semi-soft are typically pretty mild and not so abrasive for people who like don't like crazy flavors. But then you have the other end of the spectrum too, with your blue veined and your hard cheeses that just add a ton of flavor. So there's something out there for everyone. And I really encourage people to try something new, especially if there's new things presented at your holiday meals, that to try it out. It might be your favorite one yet.
So when I have a charcuterie board for the holiday guests, I have it. We have a great time at my party. Now it's time to put the cheese away. How should I store it?
Make sure that you are storing it in a refrigerator between 34 and 38 degrees. The thing about cheese is that it will absorb the flavors around it. So make sure that it is wrapped tight because you don't want the cheese to absorb the ham flavor if you have your ham in the refrigerator too. So make sure it's wrapped tight. The different types of cheeses last a different length of time. Those fresh, soft cheeses, they only keep for about 7 to 10 days, where those hard aged cheeses will keep more than a month. So make sure you're not buying things too far in advance, depending on what cheese you're wanting to put out for the holidays.
What's your go-to cheese for a charcuterie board?
Well, you always have to have a Gouda. You can't have a Gouda charcuterie board without Gouda. But also, mix it up with some of the fun ones. There's cheese out there that has fruit in it. There's all sorts of there's I've seen Havarti with dill. It's just fun to get a good variety of textures on there and mix it in with your nuts and fruits and meats as well too.
And that kind of goes along with ways that you can serve cheese. Now, I think the best way to go is crackers. What do you think?
Well, absolutely with crackers. That's just the best pairing ever.
Right.
But you the big thing with serving cheese is make sure you let it come to room temperature. That gets you the best flavor. So if it's cold, you're not getting the full effect of the cheese. Letting it come to room temperature, pairing it with crackers, with nuts, fruit, olives, even jam. There's so many different ways that you can serve cheese. You can also add it to some different recipes as well. So really the best way to serve it is the best way that you like it. But if you're serving just regular cheese, make sure it's coming to room temperature first.
You're here with registered dietitian Kelsey Bentledge with the St. Louis Dairy Council here on the WTIM Morning Show. More from Kelsey after this quick break. I'm Avery Cooper. You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show live on the Big 870 across Central Illinois and streamed online on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook page.
after rebate. Limit 2 per household. Now through December 31st.
Anderson Jewelers in Taylorville is Christian County's only retail jewelry store. Click our icon on Taylorville Daily News to browse our selection of engagement rings, wedding sets, watches, gifts, and more.
Taylorville Estates may be able to help you or your loved one prevent early nursing home placement. Click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com to see our comparison chart. For a personal tour, call me, Janet Dobbs, at 824-2222.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. You're here with registered dietitian at the St. Louis Dairy Council, Kelsey Bentledge, here talking about all the great things cheese has to offer. And I am just cheesed to have you here, Kelsey. Oh, that was really bad. That was
We're
really
going with
bad.
the cheesy puns right off the bat.
Puns right off the bat. No need to bury them or anything. Just get them out of the way, right?
We're really leaning in. We gotta come up with some more cheesy puns there.
Some a little bit better ones, perhaps. Now, all right. So let's just dive right back into the conversation, Kelsey. What are some of the other ways to enjoy cheese? I know you mentioned something about how the best way to enjoy it is to make sure it comes down to room temperature. Crackers are a good option. What other good ways are there to enjoy cheese?
There are so many ways to enjoy cheese. I mean, I'm a cheese connoisseur, so I think that there are endless ways to enjoy cheese. But you can add it to a sandwich, salad, wrap. You can also melt it into your soups or your casseroles. I know cheese is super important for casseroles, especially coming up on the holidays with our corn casseroles and green bean casseroles. We could also try something new and make a creamy cheese fondue dip, which is actually a recipe we just posted on our website this month if you're interested in trying that out. You can also just simply add shredded cheese to your eggs or meals and things like that. I personally think that you can't eat broccoli if it doesn't have cheese on it. So that's the other way that you could sneak cheese in as well.
I think you could put cheese on almost anything. I wouldn't say anything, but I think almost anything is a proper use of cheese. You could put it on just about anything.
I completely agree. And you can kind of rest assured that you're only adding nutrition to your meals by adding the cheese. So you're adding all that good protein and calcium, and it's just a great addition to any meal.
And you know what? You mentioned the fondue, and I have to go take a look at your website. What was that again?
The fondue, the website or the fondue?
Both, I suppose.
The creamy fondue recipe is actually a Swiss and cheddar fondue. It is so delicious, and it is on our website at stldairycouncil.org. Head to our What's New section, and then there's a whole recipe section. So if you're looking for new ideas for your holiday meals, including this fondue dip, there are endless dairy-licious recipes.
And I understand you guys update that pretty regularly.
Yeah, we update it every single month. There's always new recipes on there. We also put our recipes on our social medias too. If you're interested in new recipes all the time, we are constantly researching dairy recipes. So that's a great resource.
What are some tips as a registered dietitian do you have for folks to help keep them healthy through this holiday season and beyond that? Because we got to stay healthy beyond this holiday season too.
Yes. So we're just coming out of Thanksgiving and we're all probably feeling a little, full and run down after that holiday. So how can we do it a little bit better for the next holiday season? We can, so the first thing is, if you're having a big holiday meal, start your day off with breakfast still and don't skip your meals. And even doing a snack before you go as well. This just keeps your metabolism going. It also keeps you from overeating because you're absolutely starving by the time you make it to the holiday meal. That's just one great tip. Another is to choose high protein foods like the cheese that we've been talking about to keep you satisfied throughout the day. That really helps to keep you full so that you're not overeating. Also make sure that you're still choosing a variety of foods and getting your fruits and vegetables in. There's always those options as well. Make sure that you're stocking up on them, and also getting in your 3 servings of dairy every day to keep you full and satisfied as well. And then maybe start a little physical activity routine around the holidays. Maybe instead of watching football on the TV, taking a football outside and throwing it around, or taking a walk with your family members, instead of just laying around like we love to do. I love to do. Maybe adding in a little physical activity might help, and also help relieve some of that holiday stress as well.
Yeah, I know when it gets cold outside, that's all I want to do is sleep and sit on the couch. And I found that just taking a quick walk around the block can help get the juices flowing.
Yeah, get the digestion going and really taking care of yourself and relieving some stress as well. I know it's kind of the last thing you want to do whenever it's freezing temperatures, but maybe finding a different little indoor physical activity you can do as well. Get out the just dance or something like that.
Where can everyone go to find out more about cheese and the importance of dairy during the holidays and year round?
So head to our website at stldairycouncil.org. We have our recipes on there. We have lots of information about the health benefits of dairy. So if you need more information, head to that website at stldairycouncil.org. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And the handle for both of those is at STL Dairy Council. We're constantly posting health tips and recipes on there as well.
Kelsey, I'm going to put you on the hot seat here for just a moment before we go. What's your favorite type of cheese?
Ooh, this is a tough question because there's so many
I
out there.
know, I
But
know.
I think my all-time favorite is a fresh out of the vat cheese curd. If anyone's ever been to Wisconsin or some sort of creamery where they have fresh cheese curds, they're just the best when they're fresh like that.
Ooh, you might have to point me in the direction of a place where I can get some fresh cheese curds. All right. Any last thoughts before you go, Kelsey?
Just make sure you're taking care of yourselves during this holiday season and just enjoy your meals. That's what it's all about. But if you're looking to stay a little bit healthier this holiday season, make sure you're taking care of yourself, getting in that exercise, and also getting in your 3 servings of dairy every day.
And go to stldairycouncil.org for more information, right?
Yes, there's always great information there, and also recipes if you're looking for some new things to try.
Like that cheese fondue. All right. Thank you so much, Kelsey.
Thank you, and I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season.
Yeah, I hope you have one too. Thank you for joining the WTIM morning show.
Thanks for having me.
Listening to the WTIM morning show on 96.1 FM in Christian County and streamed on the WTIM TV YouTube page.
With SRN